have to. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like being on the
All right, go ahead. So we're here at this. What's the
I don't remember what
Pine
Pine
Grove
Grove. I don't
Cemetery?
remember what his name was. But the story is that he supposedly tried to burn Henderson down.
No, the whole town.
The whole town. He tried to burn the town down. So when the vigilantes caught up with him, they drug him behind a horse all the way to the town square. Sometime in summertime, I'm not sure exactly when, they went to hang him right there in front of the courthouse. And someone went up with a sharpened spoon and took his eyes out. And the preacher, that quote you saw on there, is what the preacher said, "You won't see the kingdom."
Right.
And they hung him there and left him there for, I think, a week or longer.
Around what year was this about?
I don't remember.
1890s, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, that recent.
Yeah,
when?
1890s, I think it was.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
whole story's on Wikipedia.
yeah, it's
Okay.
1890s. I don't remember. exactly
1890s,
when.
yeah.
But I see someone done took the date off of it, the part that had the date on the stone.
Yeah, I saw that. Like the names there, or is not there, and the
Well,
dates.
it never had his name. The stone they never
Oh,
put
it
his
never
name
did?
on it. No.
Okay.
All they did was had the date they buried him.
Yeah,
They didn't even
just
have his birth date. Just the
subtle as they could get.
Date, yeah, the date they killed him and the date they buried him. That was
Wow.
I know they said he was a Yankee.
it. Yeah, they said he was. They said he was from somewhere up around New York area.
Oh well, yeah, and so that explains a lot too.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's
If the old stone is here, it's buried. But I don't think
yeah,
it
because
is.
see where you got the headstone right here, and there's the top right part
Yeah,
missing.
October. That's when it was. It was in October. November 4th.
Yeah, and you can only see the bottom four parts of looks like a 18, yeah.
Yeah,
about-
18 something. Okay, 18. That'll be a zero there, so it'll be probably 1880 something.
could be
1889.
188, yeah,
Yeah,
could be
188.
1880 something.
Yeah.
But it says, see if I can get close. Except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God.
That's right.
Therefore, what? Yeah, there it goes. Therefore, what you just said about they dug his eyes out.
Yeah. Yeah, a preacher was the one that's supposed to have done it.
And this is kind of unorthodox because it's what 20 feet off the road.
Yeah, it's 20. Well, that road was a lot narrower.
Yeah.
It was just a little dirt trail.
But
But it's almost 100 yards from the pits.
And you said the
He-
people that did wouldn't they didn't want him buried in the cemetery.
No,
with
nobody
their-
wanted him in the cemetery. So they put him right here. This tree was just a little bitty tree at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably the size of that
And
tree.
that's a huge tree.
Yeah, but it was probably the size of that tree.
Yep.
And see how big it is now. And he's buried. The headstone's out this way. Normally the headstone's facing him. He's buried on the back side of the headstone. They put the headstone, his head's right there and his feet are down there. They put the headstone at his head facing
Right.
out.
So
Because
is there
they couldn't put it on this side because of the roots. They
Is
didn't
there-
want to kill the tree.
right? Is there anything anywhere where anybody knows his name?
It's my wife. It says on that Henderson History Wikipedia thing.
Okay.
I think his name might be in
I mean,
there.
at least the people that did whatever to him knows who it was. But
Yeah. Well, that's
Re-
just-
record-wise.
From what I understand, a lot of people didn't know his name. A lot of people did not know his name. They just knew.
what he did or what,
Yeah, they just knew it was him.
him.
And there was no evidence that it was him. But because he was a stranger, they knew it was him.
Right.
That's all I know. I'm not, it's been a while since I've looked the story up. But there's like three different versions to it.
That's interesting because it's just it's like
Yeah, it's
It had to been-
it's 100 yards from the fence to the cemetery.
had to been something really serious going on if somebody didn't bury you in a cemetery with other folk.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like I said, his head's on the back side of the stone, and his feet are going downhill. Because of the way the tree roots were, they could only bury him on that side. They couldn't bury him on this side
Right.
without killing the tree, and they didn't want to kill the tree. Because they were told if they kill the tree, he'll make it to heaven.
yeah.
So they didn't kill the tree. But it's definitely a big tree.
Yeah, and that's a pretty old tree.
Yeah. It's a few hundred years old.
Yeah, it's an interesting piece of little history right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
They like that little tree right there. How old do you think that tree is?
Guessing maybe 15 years.
No,
20?
Probably more like about 35 to 40 years old.
This one here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, that one over there is about 100. This one here is about 200 or 300.
Oh, this one's got to be at least 100.
Well, this one's about 200 to 300 years old.
Wow.
See, a lot of people don't realize in areas like this, these oaks grow straight up, but they don't get real wide until they get older.
Yeah.
Because they don't have, until they get tall enough to get to the sun, they can't get wide.
To get all the
Get the
nourishment. Yeah.
So they stay skinny until they get all the way to the top.
Right.
There it is.
That's just
that one, yeah.
just balanced it back up on there because it.
Because this one was on the ground.
Just
But I
unknown.
have looked and I cannot find the other stone. So I'm thinking somebody took it.
Probably.
That I've looked.
Or if it
Wasn't all the green stuff.
and depending on how long it happened, somebody may still have it, or if they didn't, it's underneath so much of ground that it's still here.
I dug this way up.
Yeah.
In the winter, in the fall and winter, you can move everything out of the way, and you can actually move around through here.
And there's a lot of
I did about a 50-foot perimeter through this whole thing.
yeah.
And I cannot find the other half.
There's a lot of graves that are like that. People just they're so old that either they fall apart and then people steal them or whatever.
Well, I'm thinking a limb broke it.
Could have. That's a possibility.
But for all I know, it could be underneath the tree in that hole.
Could, yeah.
Because that's hole covered up, but that's a big hole.
Being as old as that tree is, and when it had, yeah. Who knows?
But as of 2 years ago, or no, 4 years ago, the stone was there. It was broke, but it was still there.
2 years ago?
Yeah. It was still there. It was just like this one, just balanced on it. That's how I know it's not on the ground nowhere. Because, like I said, I've raked everything around.
I wonder if there's still some family of this guy here.
There's supposed to be, but I don't know where.
Wow. Yeah. Rest in peace there, brother. Yeah, that's a unfortunate circumstance there. Out.
And that house right there used to be the little general store up until probably, 15 years ago?
No, less than that.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So this was what now?
Hotel, bank,
Hotel,
railroad depot.
Basically downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pine Hill.
That right there is where all the rooms were.
Yep.
Thankfully.
There's what's left of a. Yeah, you can still see the windows and main entrance doors. So this is on the side of the road here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we get places like this all the time. The old got an electrical box or a meter still on the wall over here.
Yep.
This is old downtown, or this what once was this left of this old town. Your steps down. You'll see the windows left. Even the wood's still there. Part of the old hotel. Where the second story floor was. It's just the friends of mine in this area got hooked up with. They were telling me about it. And just down the road from the cemetery where we was just at. There's just a lot of places like this over here in this area, Texas, that are just remnants of history that once was. And up to the back wall here, just still the cool old remnants of the brick. It look like a old refrigerator. Go back up here to the next building over. Yeah, there's an old refrigerator still back here. Look like somebody. The old bank, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sidewalk still here.
Yep. If you come out here, you'll see where the lanterns used to hang. Two lanterns used to hang right there.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
You can see where some sort of lights or, yeah, the lanterns or,
And they had the lanterns.
or awning or something. We can go right
The
through
only
here.
awning was over here. Don't go up to the door.
Oh, on the- Yeah, on the, yeah, those corner entrances.
Mhm.
Said there's a wasp nest there. Where at?
Yeah, the wooden door's still there.
Yeah,
You can probably go to that window over there, that'd be fine.
yeah. Yeah, see, that's not a wasp, that's a stink bug there. But the old corner entrances. So this was a main drag street here and here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the hooks for probably awning or
Probably.
those old school.
No, if you look for the black mark right there, that's where the awning was.
And see, here's this brick. I've seen this on how many times? This brickwork like this, where they overlapped it.
Interlocking.
This is old. Yeah, it had a old glass. This is an old bank. Still got an electrical outlet on the wall over there.
Yep.
This is an old.
2 buildings that had electric, this was one of them.
Yeah, you can see where the floor ceiling joist and for the upstairs floor was.
Yep.
Used to sit. And it goes back. There's a doorway. Let me get back through here. The doorway goes in. Oh. Back door. So we're in an old turn of the century bank right here. See the old stucco on the brick window. There's a big boarded up right there. That's where the front door. The doors are still there. Electrical outlets on the front window here is still there. Look at that. Electrical outlets. There. There's another one. There's a display shelf for some items. Just grown up for God knows how long. In the back. Back wall. It's still here. This is cool how long stuff this just stays here. You go back through this back exit door. And then here's a back sidewalk. Goes back around to the jets back around to the back of that next building next door. And this town was called Pine Hill. And just what gets me is that fascinating. I find that brickwork on those corners. I've seen that lots of times.
Hi.
Hey,
I don't say hi.
it looked like the Department of Transportation used it for a parking lot. Is there anything down further?
I don't think so. I don't know.
We're going to check it out.
Probably all been torn down. Look at that.
Most feet. What's up there?
Remnants, there may be. I don't know, maybe a sidewalk still left over here. There's some cement for, that don't look like anything, but It's all growed up over here. I don't see any remnants of any more buildings. There's an animal just took off back there of some sort.
Look at animal, Mama.
That was some kind of animal. Yep.
Sounds like a rock. Right up.
Well, yeah, just got a side of the road right here where the highway department parked some of their vehicles, and they're just remnants of an old downtown with a hotel and a bank. So make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button and hit that bell. You'll be notified of more of my explorers. I find stuff like this all the time, just by chance and also planned. So there's going to be more, and I will see you on the next Explorer.